Am I live? I'm over here yelling into the freaking microphone. I think I'm live again. The reason I'm questioning whether I am or not is because this little thing up here, my webcam light, what's happening, Tawny? My computer is not having it today, guys. Even this guy is frozen. My little home bar is usually... Wait, maybe this is doing something. So the point of being in here is I was trying to check my videos. It says I'm offline and there's 0 people watching. That's tight. Oh Lord, Lordy, Lord, Squidward. I appear to be live again. I do apologize. Okay, it did start a new stream. Alright, I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed and that all of you guys didn't really leave, but if you did, that's totally cool. I need to get my shit together anyways. So I just realized this entire time I've been talking, my microphone was under my pillow. Y'all probably heard muffled eating sounds and this loud ass music, and that's probably about it. I mean, I don't want to get discouraged because obviously I love this game. I don't want to ruin it for myself, but I don't know. I mean, I do enjoy streaming. I like the conversive aspect of it, like getting to talk back to you guys and get feedback. But I don't know. I really do see why some YouTubers decide to take breaks. And I just started. I'm not even a YouTuber yet. I'm just like a streamer. Something tells me my Sims cannot get up with a bonsai tree in the middle of the walkway. Are these all even? Cool. Alright, so if you guys didn't get to see it earlier, this is what I left off on the stream. Building was this little craft room. I had anticipated having a kid in this house. The kid's aunt, I guess, because the main characters are a brother and sister. So the brother's sister is his baby's aunt, right? She is a crafter, and she also owns her own yoga studio, which is down here, and I have not had a chance to finish it yet. I was trying to start from the top up. But yeah, there's more rock climbing stuff down here in the gym. Basically like an at-home gym, right? There's the pool from above ground. There's some treadmills, a little exercise ball, water cooler, some TVs and whatnot. Like a little sitting area over here. I really like this tile. I didn't think I would. But yeah, this is how you get there from upstairs. I'm just realizing I need a door here. Hi guys, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, but why though? I'm not feeling that. It's giving me a headache. That works. Excuse me? Roots. So nasty. So rude. Whatever. Whatever. Guess these blue ones will work. What's happening? What's a half a cabinet? What does that mean? Oh, I guess literally a half a cabinet. For situations like this, where you need a half a cabinet. The half a cabinet I never knew I needed, but always deserved. Oops. Oh, so I guess it chooses where it wants to be placed. That's tight. And I guess. Nah, I don't like this. That's giving me bad vibes. As long as I took the place that good there. I guess the auto cabinet place thing will work in this case. I'm not about to sit here and place every cabinet on every single wall. Not gonna happen. I get really annoyed and really distracted by the walls, but then I like having them on because I like decorating the walls too, not just the floor. So I think a lot of people forget to do is like put paintings and cabinets and like wall fixtures up. Anyone play The Last of Us? Thought that was funny. These are all like really girly, not necessarily girly, but more on like the feminine side in terms of tapestries and like the potential that it could have been. And they just randomly have The Last of Us. Which I get games aren't gender specific. I just it's a zombie game. Like, I just thought it was funny. And a little random. I honestly do think I have some form of addiction to The Sims. Like I could sit here and build on stream like for the rest of the night. And I've done that like the past few days. I really need a triangle, like a wedge table that fits in that corner. But sadly I don't have a wedge table. I mean, it's not the prettiest alternative, but I think it works. Or maybe a shorter one? Yeah, we'll do a short one. There's a chair I just passed up, and I actually really like it. Um, it has a funny story. I downloaded it with a whole bunch of strip club CC, and I've since deleted almost everything from that original download just because it was either really crappy or it was because it was for a strip club, and I don't have a. I mean, I downloaded it for the alcohol, right? And then when I got into the actual download, it said, "Oh, well, this is a part of a pack. Like this is what comes in it," and it was like tons and tons of liquor decor, like wine glasses, shelves with liquor already on them, like placed on them. Yeah, so I just, of course, being me, the hoarder that I am. You know what? I said that all of my CC was missing from that house, the sci-fi house, but it doesn't look like it. That was the Nebula thing. Such a soothing voice, thank you. Hey Alex, he came downstairs and recognized your voice. Oh, that's so sweet. You love that painting? I've been using a lot of baby blues lately. Baby blues and like pink. A lot of pastel colors. Okay, just stay. Alright, so this is one bedroom that I built prior to yesterday, but I fixed this up yesterday because half of the CC was missing, or just not in my game anymore. But yeah, there's like a whole bathroom set up over here. All of my walls aren't up, but there's like a shower little nook over here. I really like the way that looks with the purple, like violet light coming from that side, and on that side it's just a regular yellow light. Yeah, this isn't anything special in terms of bathrooms. It's kind of just there. It's just there for the party. There was actually a lot more paintings on the wall. Paintings which I've since deleted. Body language poster. Oh, cool. This is for the gym. Forgot I downloaded that. Do these all have the same saying? It's gonna make me so mad. Oh, they're not all the same. Half of them are the same, they're just written in Simlish. So let's do this, because that looks like something you'd have in your bathroom. Just generic art. This is one of my favorite paintings. Anything. But it's actually the second swatch, so I never remember that it's there. This is another painting I really like too. It's just really simple. I mean, it's not the simplest painting there is, but it's simply abstract. It's abstract, but it's not so abstract that like you're left with like your brain hurting. It's pretty straightforward, but it's like trees and I don't know, some kind of gold leaf or something. Do any of you know who Coco Peru is? Tell me this doesn't remind you of her. You'll probably have no idea who I'm talking about. I love using these all white, like architectural plans, I think is what they're supposed to look like for Sims houses. Oops, I just realized there was something on screen that shouldn't have been on screen for quite a bit of time. You guys will see it later on when you go back to watch it. Do you ever talk to your family member to let them know you wasn't talking to yourself? No one questioned me about it. But I heard them say it out loud. They're like, I think he's talking to himself. Like, because my windows were open and my living room is directly underneath my bedroom. And everyone was just kind of gathered in the living room, I guess. But no, I haven't brought it up to them. I think they know I'm not crazy, but I just thought it was funny because I could like hear them mumbling like through the window. Okay, this bathroom's starting to look really messy, but I mean, it's kind of the point of clutter, right? Is to make it look like someone lives there. So that's actually kind of cool. I'm gonna change the wallpaper and maybe the floors, and I'm gonna get out of here. Not out of the game, out of this bathroom. I understand it's getting a little bit darker. Um, what on God's green earth is going on in my game today? Nothing to change. Of course not, because I knew I clicked it the first time. It's like my mouse is doing what it wants. Well, it's a little more polished. Something about this toilet isn't doing it for me either. It looks too much like a rest stop toilet. It's just too shiny. I don't know. But I don't mind. Cool. It's funny your husband recognized my voice, Shannon. I'm sorry that he's leaving you. I'm sure it'll go by quick. Okay, what happened here? I must have been doing some experimenting. Because look, there's floor that goes. Stop. There's floor and mirrors that go all the way out this way. I think there's flooring down there. Oh, there's not. But what? Anyways. It looks just the slightest bit better. Just more open. I don't know why that was there. I must have done it last night or something. While I wasn't paying attention. Come on, sis. Just this one. The panel right in front of you. Not that one back there. This one. Yo, this computer's gonna go out the window. I kid you not. I like how this is just in the center, so I'm gonna try and do this. Not try, I'm gonna select this and put it in this corner. Yeah, that looks a little cleaner. Come on. Why is my game lagging like this? I ask as I look at a room full of CC. It sucks because, like, you can only have so much CC in your house. Like, you can obviously only have so much in your game, too, but... I don't like this big void here, so we're just gonna make that into a room. I just hate it because it's probably going to... Come on now. Delete all of this wallpaper. Oh cool, tight. There's already a floor there. I probably should have started on that side. Did it do it? Yeah, of course it did. I really like these grays because they're kind of warm. Doesn't make you feel like too sterile or anything. I don't know what's happening. Did my speaker blow on my phone? That was trippy. Because the music just stopped by itself, and I was like, oh well, it's probably stuck on an app. Having the wallpaper in the bedroom. Hi ASL, welcome to the stream, you guys. The flow from one room to the other isn't the best. Actually, I think there is a door in this corner. There is. But never mind, I lied. They can get back and forth pretty easily. I'll actually going. Is that a door? No, no, it's a panel that I can't. I'm gonna take this back up. Maybe. Yeah, and then there's a door here. Never mind. Don't ask me why these doors are down here while they were facing the wall. But I don't have an answer for that. But I think they suit the room. I know I stopped the stream a little bit ago, but I'm thinking about taking a short, like 2-minute break. It's because I am laying on my bed and I have my window open and it's getting kind of hot. Welcome to the stream, you guys. I am going to stay streaming, but I will be going into dark mode really quickly. Because I am not wearing any pants. I need to get up and stretch. Oh, you guys can't even see me anyways. I'm watching the feedback. It's like, hi, black screen that covers up a good chunk of the gameplay screen. Let's see if we can't get any more light back in here without blinding myself. That was the reason I stopped doing the face cam for a while, because I literally was blinding myself. It's not really something to laugh at, but I'm just... Go figure, right? Like I would get blinded from too much light or something while I was streaming. I love these. This one's really ominous and foreboding. I don't know why. I mean, it just is the end, but it's... I don't know. I've yet to use it. I don't know what you would use it for. Maybe in a book room? Like the end of the novel or something? In a book room in a library? Or like a little sitting, reading area? A book room. I actually really like these. Do I have an island? Can I get an island for 500? No, but I can make one, I guess. I love anything with marble on it. Okay. You know what? I'm downstairs in a basement, so I don't have to worry about what the back of this counter looks like. This is just gonna be like a little basement kitchen. This whole room will be. I'm thinking about making it all this room. Because why not? I'm doing it. Okay, I really thought it wasn't gonna let me. And y'all see how ridiculously and absurdly slow my game is going. You can thank CC for that. Well, I take that back. It's not 100% true because EA does have its own flaws that they will not admit to, but when they do incorporate updates, it does make lagging more apparent. I don't know if it necessarily adds lagging, but it could. That's been a long debated topic. Oh, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make this like the most elaborate kitchen that you've seen in The Sims to date. I promise you that. So I just got a serious, come on now, a serious boost of creative energy. Really? Why is this here? Stop, stop. Thank you. I really like this for a kitchen. I'm probably going to add some backsplash behind it anyway. How does that look? No, can't do it. Ooh, what about one of these moments right here? Because guess what is going in this little gap right in between these counters? The fridge. Because why not give the fridge its own built-out architecture? Thank you guys so much for watching. Why do I look so dark all of a sudden? The lighting was fine a minute ago. I forget sometimes that I put my Instagram and Twitter description or information in my description box. And I'll, like for the past couple of days, I've been getting random people adding me. I'm like, how did you find me? Who are you? It's a new feeling. So obviously there's people that are adding you. There's like 3 different types of people that add you. There's the ones that are curious, that are just like, oh, cool, this guy's on my radar. He makes YouTube videos. Let me see what's going on. And then there's like the thirsty ones. They just want to follow you, so you follow them back. Or because they want information about certain people. Shawnee and ASL were the only ones who were being talkative. Where the rest of you guys at? I think one of the viewers might be Shannon. She did say she would come back. She was just going to wish her husband safe travels and help him on his way out or something. So I do anticipate she'll be back in the chat soon. I honestly get random urges to put things I don't need in the game, but this is definitely something I need. I'm letting myself know that right now, that I need this in the game, because that's cute. Again, obviously, this was in my game, so it should have come as no surprise, but I don't necessarily check all my CC like when I download it. Like sometimes if I like 2 out of the 5 things in a picture, I'll just download it. Like I'm not too picky. Unless I don't have any space. And I have to be picky. Particular. I just kind of elaborate on what was said in the chat earlier. I think it was Shawnee that said if I had talked to my parents, what was I going with? Oh, I really don't think that they understand it yet. I did tell them that I'm live streaming on YouTube, and then I'm gonna be recording videos and stuff. And when they heard me saying I was recording videos, they got a little more excited. But when I told them about the live stream, I don't think they really understood it, or that they cared to understand it. Anyways, it's a new type of technology to them, so I wouldn't be surprised if they were confused. It's all hell. That's kind of cute. I'm kind of mad because I just discovered it. Nope, that one is it. This is something that I've mentioned before, but I don't mind bringing it up again. I am actually ambidextrous, meaning I use both of my hands. Both of my hands are my dominant hand, I guess, because everyone uses both of their hands, right? So I do have that convenience to help me live stream for longer. Because if one arm or hand gets tired, then I have the other one to switch to, or back and forth from. Okay. I'm gonna make this the darkest possible so it's not obvious that there are 3 different chairs. Right? Ta-da! It's a little sit-in area where they can eat and chill. I've told y'all this is gonna be a pretty bomb kitchen. Y'all are gonna be like, damn, I want that kitchen in my house. Because I do too. Let's see. No, but why did that one come out fine and this one came out ugly? I saw this travesty, right? This atrocity. I don't want a rounded edge, I want that one. Okay, well, sis must have done some witchcraft or something, because it looks cute like this, but that's not how it goes. I'm just learning. Cool. I don't get it. It wasn't rounded on that other side. Or maybe it was and I just missed it. See, because this doesn't. Well, it'll look right when I mess with it. Cool. Yeah, because the rounded edges look nice. They look cleaned off in some builds, but I don't want it here. I want them super angular. Because if you've ever seen marble slab in real life, it's just like a giant slab. That's what it is. It's a giant rock, like sheets of rock that are cut from caverns and quarries and whatnot. But anyways, this looks more realistic to me than having it rounded off. I mean, obviously, there's people whose job it is just to round off marble, but I don't like the look of it rounded. And when I build my first house, I will have marble in it most likely, and it will not be rounded. There are some builds that I've done recently, like even in this house, there's like a countertop in the craft room that has rounded countertops. So I don't hate them. I don't think they go well with everything. I don't think they look right with everything. I just realized that one's fine, I guess. But in this corner over here, I think these are three different. Yeah, look, there's 1, 2, 3 different cabinets to make this corner, and I could have just put one corner piece. But no, I had to be extra. We'll say that little gap there is for like your charging cords and stuff. There's a plug underneath here, and you pull your cord up so you can charge your iPhone and leave it there. I'm gonna go with that actually. I know I have an iPhone in the debug mode. There's like a cell phone or something in the game that comes in the debug mode already. And there's an iPhone 7, there's an iPhone 6 as well. That's like the iPhone 7 Plus override for that cell phone specifically. So you can use it, like your Sims use it. And if you find it in debug mode, you can use it as clutter as well. It's kind of obvious, like it stands out from the rest of the stuff. It has a little icon, I think it's a CC icon. With the wrench or whatever it is. This one here. So there's two different icons right here. This one's like screen 1, and this is screen 2. Like one of them is a screen of text, and the other one's like a screen of picture. I think there's even a third one. This one's just a black screen. I'm gonna do this one because it's the most striking. Or maybe I'll do both. I'll do this one with the picture. Yeah, but I don't know, like some people neglect to put cell phones out and stuff, and like we have our cell phones either on us at all times or they're around us or near us, so why not let your Sims have them? I'm just gonna put this right here. Maybe one of the nanny or something left her phone out with text messages from Bay on it. It's so ominous. I don't know why I left it there, but why not? If you guys hear me get quiet, it's just because I'm either in the zone or I'm reading comments. I'm trying to play music. I don't quite think that's working out the best. My Wi-Fi was off, that's why. Again, I'm the worst with backseat driving, I guess, with my own hands. So, like, right now, my right hand is tired, for example, and so I switched over to using my left hand to control the mouse and do all of that stuff. But my right hand keeps stepping in and trying to do the work. Like, all the work. Things that are easy enough for my left hand to do. So I did say earlier that I have two dominant hands, but I don't think that's entirely the truth. So I haven't always used my left hand. Like, my right hand, I was told from a young age, my right hand was my dominant hand. So that's what I used. And then I think I was 11 or 12, maybe. No, older than 13. I think something similar to what's happening now. Like, I think my right hand just got tired of writing or drawing or whatever, and I started writing with my left hand, and it wasn't bad. Like, for someone who had never used their left hand in their life before, like, it was actually legible. And normally people don't have that type of strength in their left hand, let alone the precision or, like, the accuracy. So it was just funny. Like, it was just, like, a random coincidence that I figured out I could do that. And it helps with my art. So, like, if I'm painting for a really long period of time just because I want to get something done, yeah, it helps out a lot. I love these little craft rolls, I really do. Put this over there. Maybe another one. I believe there's two swatches. Cool. Maybe one of these craft rolls up here, up top. Like, she just pulled it down from the shelf and she's gonna cut it. It's way too hot. You need to cut it. Okay, no, we're gonna put this one down here. I lied. Because that's actually a decent size. Normally when you enlarge things, it kind of blows them out sometimes. And by that I mean, like, the pixels just don't look right. So not all of these will probably look good like this, but most of them will. Oh, come on, sis. It's actually really exciting. I'm glad I found these, because I knew there was more stuff in the download from last night, like all the CC that I found. I knew there had to be. I just okay, I like that one better. That one, this one, or the red and black and white. Yeah, I guess that one. And this one orange. Sure. Alright, cool. If you guys don't know what these rolls are, they're just giant rolls of paper. They're used for scrapbooking. If you're an art YouTuber, you could grab this and pull it all the way across, like, this entire length right here, and just, like, tape it down, and then it's a new filming backdrop. You could use them on the walls for a filming backdrop. Like, just pull this sheet down and, like, tape it under here, and then you could, like, film stuff on top of it, like product reviews or whatever. So that's what they're for. They're not just, like, random sheets of colorful paper. I mean, they could be random, but this sim is a DIYer. She makes everything herself. They're quite a well-off family, if you couldn't tell by the way their house is designed, but she still likes making crafts. Like, she has a whole room dedicated to it, so it's a pretty big deal. No, the brother and sister that live here, the sister is Venus and the brother is Orion. That's Venus, Venus, as opposed to any other form or word that sounds similar to that. I'm gonna check on the chat. Not much going on over here. But, hi Lisa, I see you there. I can't write with my left for, well, switch-handed. It's switch-handed. Like, you use your left hand, you use the wrong hand? Is that what switch-handed means? But yeah, Lisa, how you're saying, you can't use your left hand at all. Like, some people are like that. Like, they can't. And I'll be completely honest with you, when I first started using it, it was like a learning process, but it wasn't like a relearning process. Like, how should I word that? It was a relearning process. It wasn't a learning, like a new learning process. Like, it was almost like I knew how to use my left hand. I just didn't, like, use it. I didn't take advantage of it. It's so strange. Well, I'm liking the shelves, this guy. Put these little cocktails right here, because you never know, maybe it's a rough day for her. A rough day at the office. She gotta have her little sip on. Her daughter is allowed in here, but we're gonna assume that she minds her own business. I said her daughter. The daughter actually belongs to the gay couple that lives here. The husband and husband. I don't know exactly what that is. So I'm actually going to use these little bath balls right here, or bath bombs, excuse me. Right here. I'm going to put them in a basket or something. The mesh is by the little vendor and it's converted by Home Living Sims. These are my favorite though, because they actually do look like Lush bath bombs. Like the way they're discolored, like unevenly and stuff. These are by the same thing, Home Living Sims, but they're recolored by Daisy X Sims. So it's literally the same mesh as that one, which is why I have those two ugly swatches. But I actually like the teal one, so I'll keep them. Now there is a way, someone told me once before, that you can remove and delete certain swatches, like ones you don't use at all. So like this yellow one I don't really use, because there's that yellow one that's prettier. That should be enough. What was I going to say? Oh, you can delete swatches through Sims 4 Studio. I've yet to figure out how to do so. So, we can pretend those are like some craft books. You never know. I don't know what our friends get into. Some spicy crafts. I mean spicy like if it was a cookbook, not spicy like wild spicy. Don't get too excited. Alright, I'm not gonna leave the bath bombs just chilling there, I promise. This is a pretty good song, but I'm scared that it's copyrighted. Because we're no longer in our playlist. So let's pray that no one tries to give us a copyright strike. Because they really do suck. Like, they can't really force legal actions upon you unless you do it, like, all the time, I guess. But I just want to put this over here just to make it a little more realistic. So, looks like she actually has somewhere to climb up. The little girl does. I kind of want to do it on the other side too, but nah. Okay. And just because I just saw it right now, I'm going to grab these mini pizzas and move them up here to the pizza oven. These are by Black Lives Sims too, I think. Some people don't like using food clutter. I love it. Like it adds so much realism. Like I don't know about you, but growing up in a Hispanic household, there was almost always food like prepared. Like at some point, there was someone who was in the kitchen cooking, and so it would just be sitting like that exactly. Um, just food sitting out, ready to be eaten. And then when that food gets cold, there's someone who starts working on like the dessert or what have you. So yeah, we're gonna make this setting look like it's a cookout 24/7. Eventually, I'll probably get tired of it and change these out. I'll just switch them around. But yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of like a home, like a family ordeal type thing, I guess. Why'd the mac and cheese got to go all the way over there, all by itself? That's gonna be the drink table, that round one in the center. Um, so no one can really sit inside of here. You'll see what I mean in a second. Because all the chairs and stuff are on the outside, and there's like stairs above it. So I'm not gonna put too much food over here because obviously the Sims would have to come in through here or whatever. And if you think about it, having like a big family cookout and having a whole line of people coming into this tiny little space would be terrifying. So, um, the reason I say that is because I have had to organize many of family dinners, and I had quite a few funerals I had to organize, like the dinner for. And I have the type of family that's very, not only hands-on, but very likes to do things their own way type thing. So almost any time that we had a some sort of gathering or something, we were doing like almost everything by hand, like cleaning, cooking, serving people. I think most people can relate to having done that at least a few times in their life. But for me, I remember it happening like, I don't know, at least like once a year growing up. Not so much now. Just for some decorative, just a little touch. I really like this crystal ball actually. I got it for the sci-fi build, and it's still here, which surprises me. Because I honestly had given up. Like, I assumed everything was gone from that build. Look at that girl, I don't even know her name. Where is it? Oh, it's so tiny. I don't know what that's a picture of, but it looks appropriate for behind a girl. Just because I like this one a little better, I'm gonna go back down into that little The underground kitchen. So this is gonna be the gym. And this is where the kitchen is. Yeah, this is just gonna look a little bit better. Aesthetic wise. I'm not saying the white doesn't look good. I don't like how there's like 6 different colors of white. Or 4. Maybe the dark one. Okay, I can do with that. This kind of sounds like Britney to me. Okay, my mind is somewhere else. Deleting swatches seems so time consuming. Right. My bad, y'all had to fix my hair. No worries. Something always being cooked in my house. Right. Not so much now, for me, anyways. But when I was a lot younger, that's how it was. Especially during holidays. Like, and I'm one of, not to like sound arrogant or anything, but I am literally one of the best cooks in our household. And like, and all, not even just our household, like my um, extended relatives, my grandparents, my aunts, my cousins. Like, no one knows how to cook. Um, like, well, I can't say that. So my aunt on my dad's side, his sister, is really good at baking, and my dad is actually pretty good at grilling outside. Why is this not? Thank you. Okay. Are you serious? This thing really does test your patience. Like 1 second it'll look fine, and then I don't know if that looks better or not. I guess so. Alright, come on now, thank you. Alright, so I'm just gonna delete these bad boys. Actually, I'll leave the back too. And delete these guys. Come on. Alright, cool. Sorry if I'm a bit all over the place. That's how I keep myself interested, is by moving back and forth between rooms. Like, I can finish whole rooms all at once, but I will get very bored, and I'll probably end up ending the stream after one room. So, for the sake of my own sanity, I like to jump around. Plus, you get to see like the whole color scheme of the house and make sure that you're not repeating too much stuff or not enough. This is gonna be the active end of the kitchen, like where you cook and stuff. The other end will be like the eating side. This is a new grill top by Necrodog. Again, I love everything that he does. I assume it's a he. I love all of Necrodog's CC. I can't get enough. I'm gonna do silver. Like, this just adds so much flair to your kitchen. I don't know how to describe it. It's just so right. So many types of right. I'm gonna do them right here. No. Let me see if there's another version of this that isn't rounded. I don't believe there was. Come on. You know what I'm thinking about? There's cabinets that are like that. Where are they? I guess these is what I was thinking about. I could put them on the ground. Or is that strange? Whatever, it's my house. Okay, all this stuff says royalty free, so YouTube don't come for me. Eventually, I'm sure I'll be confident enough to like not need music, but it's not really a lack of confidence either. I prefer to have background noise. It's just how I work. Alright. I mean, that kind of works for me. What doesn't work is how uneven that is right there. Are they floating? They're floating, aren't they? What in Sam heck? I don't know what I want. I want these guys here, but I also want the girls there. I'm so conflicted. I actually hate these because they're floating. They don't look right. Honestly, I'm like 2 seconds away from having a temper tantrum. Okay, cool. Now it works. Please. I'm just gonna undo until I get those counters back. The round one. That one. Cool. Okay, but where is it? Oh. Alright, whatever. That's our little area. I had planned on using these guys up top anyways. Can I put it on this wall? Ah, I can. 2, 3. So I guess 1, 2. 1, 2. Normally this would bother me, how it's like not wood continuing, but I guess we're gonna deal with it today. This one looks like it's wood all the way around, right? It's a lie. That's wood all the way around. I know you'll see that. Wood on top and wood on the side when I move it, right? Or is that white? Because I swear I remember downloading these because they were solid wood, or so I thought. I'm pushing 2. What a nerd. Because I was remembering that these need to move up 2 pixels or whatever you want to call it. I was literally pushing the number 2. Alright, cool. I really like how this little nook came out. What? Come on, no. What are you doing? I wish these cabinets had corners. That would be really convenient, but they don't. They're the individual swatches. Alright, cool. No, I'm not gonna get out of here. I was gonna say I'm gonna move from this area, but this is bothering me. I guess this could be like the sink area. I said it was gonna be the um, eating in. So maybe it's like where you wash your hands before you eat. This song is so pretty. Are we gonna do the double sink? Why not? Okay, cool. Bar. Tap. Cool. So, normally this would be attached to a bar, but I think for the sake of the bouginess of this house, it's just gonna be floating on the counter. So this is like a bar top with an alcohol. This family's so bougie, they have kegs underneath their counters and you just pour your beer straight from the tap. Ooh, more fitness stuff, yes. Alright, so I really do want to get this gym built. I want the whole house to be finished, obviously, but I mean, it's not going to happen in one stream. This corner right here is looking really claustrophobic. So it's time to do something about that. Let's see. We can't do this. Alright, where'd it go? No? No. Alright. Okay, so I wanted this to be here. Oh. Maybe not. I wanted there to be an opening to the top level. I mean, I guess we could make an opening right under here. Only problem is there's a bathroom there. So if I made the opening here and closed this off and added a door there, that wouldn't be so bad. I just want there to be some more like air flowing in here. Okay, cool. Ew, why did it move the tree? Stay. That can be a bathroom, I guess. Alright, let's make sure this lines up, and then we're gonna delete it. Oh, it kind of deletes. Damn it. It's not one thing, guys, it's the other. Okay, this should be it. The burps are back, you guys, so repeat, they're back. Oh, cool. Well, guess not. Select. Go up. This is how you delete ceilings. This little yellow bar, just remove ceiling. And it should be a hole. Cool. Now we can see down into the gym, right? In theory. I'm actually going to leave the curtains here, but this window is going to go bye-bye. No, is it taking my curtains too? That's a whole move. Whatever. Take my curtains. I don't need them. Oh, you know what? Maybe I can try. Because move objects on usually helps. Nope. Okay. Well, we tried. Two tile? Yeah. Alright, so this is not what it looks like. I think it's just a giant open frame door. I think. I would hope, because it's not in, yeah, it's in the door category, so obviously it's a door. I'm gonna pray that my Sims can still use this, but I want these curtains. I'm sorry. I was already set on having them. Of course. I love this game to death, don't get me wrong. I just sometimes you want to pull your hair out, you know? That's me with this game. Okay, cool. Perfect. Gray. Or the blue gray. And the blue gray is better. Alright, cool. So since there's a gaping hole right here, we're not going to need this pillar anymore. This can go that way. Already looks a little bit better. It's gonna be so hard to work with. You know what? Let's take the walls off. Work from the inside out. This is actually a really cute spot for a bathroom. It gets hidden underneath the stairs, but it's also accessible from, or it was accessible from outdoors. Until today. Oh, come on. I'm gonna have to put the roof back on to fix this. Okay, cool. Well, undo that. Okay, I acknowledge you. Now build a ceiling back, please. I'm sorry. Alright, perfect. Cool. So that is that. Make sure it doesn't come inside. Cool. below and finish deleting this guy. Above, delete. So this is going to be all glass. Assuming, actually it's nighttime, so we'll do a check here in a second. Assuming this is working the way I would like it to, this should bring in a lot of natural light into the basement. Assuming it does what I need it to do and what I want it to do. Right there? No. These are kind of just randomly placed here. They're not really serving any purpose. So I don't know why I still have them. I'm just going to delete them, I guess. No, they're fine. They're not invasive. I'm just going to use this big door because I love it. I hope it's wide enough. I need to get rid of. Okay. I'll just use this door because that is for sure gonna fit. Cool. Why is that backwards? Alright, so I did say I was gonna knock this out, but I'm actually just going to move these into this room. So this can be like a sitting area where you just chill and catch your breath. Okay, so the point of this was to put all of this clutter and stuff, and I ended up redoing the whole layout. So let me just select this and see if it takes me back. Okay, cool. Because I don't know about you guys, but I lose track of my CC like all the time. Like there's just so much to keep track of. I couldn't possibly keep track of all of it. I don't know about you guys, but every gym I've ever been to in my life has these things stacked up in the corner. And I mean, and they do work for stacking. Like if you do like agility training, not agility, but you jump on top of these little things, okay? That's why they stack on top of each other. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm overthinking it. Jeez, I didn't realize it was going to be this difficult. I'm only going to do 2 because I'm already bored of stacking those. I don't like that writing on there. It's disgusting me. They all have the writing, so I guess why not? Alright, cool. If you guys see any athletic CC that I'm missing, feel free to tell me. This is a team photo, so we can probably put this somewhere close by. This is one place a lot of people neglect to decorate too, is the ledges. Sometimes you can just like set stuff up there, but it doesn't always work like that. And maybe someone left their purse right here while they're working out. I'm gonna assume this is a pretty trustworthy, reputable gym. You would feel comfortable leaving your purse around. Of course. Thank you. Maybe someone also took off their shoes to do some stretches and they just left them there. Let me see if there's yoga mats. If not, I'm gonna make some. I could have sworn the thing I downloaded had them, but all it has are these, which could work. And I'll do one of these. And I'll make the makeshift yoga mats along this wall. So just get creative. When you don't really have CC that fits, that could be a yoga mat for all you know. You don't know. This could be a yoga mat. I actually really like that. I was just gonna use carpet. Like, this one? It's too big. This one. But that looks like red, so I'm gonna use these blue ones. So obviously this is incredibly impractical. If you were at a gym and someone was doing yoga in front of the door, I'd be pretty mad. But it is just a game, so I mean, maybe there wasn't room over there, so they set their yoga mat up right there. Okay, just get over it. I'm just catching up with the chat. Dang, you guys have been pretty active. I apologize. I texted them. Guys in the corner. The back husband's gone. The husband's in bed. Oh, good job putting them all to bed, man. Getting them all to stay in bed. Moving on to bed, and you're giving me inspiration for when I go to new house tomorrow. Okay, cool. The youngest again, regression and getting iffy about that time, so who knows the long piece will last. 2 or 3 hours past the week. What kind of down is this? No. I really want some downers now. I'm just basically going, oh, well, what's fancy? I'm just gonna get skinny just walking in all the TVs. Just gonna go CC shopping, and I'm just itching to do so. Do it, so just don't overdo it. At the CC move through. I always recommend CC shop. Are you saying all the TVs like these that are on the wall, or you saw like my selection of CCTVs? That sounds a little more accurate. Like these guys. There's a lot of CCTVs that people sleep on. This one is one of my favorites. It comes with legs. How cute is that? Like for a kid's room. There's even this one without the legs, and then this one is the larger version of the TV. There's a lot of fun colors too. There's like blue, gray, pink, green, teal, light blue, yellow. There's like lots of peachy colors, neutral tones. Every color of wood you can imagine. Reds, maroons, black. There's even this one, which is pretty cool. It's like a white wood grain. Yeah, that's by Maxims, I think. Yeah, MXIMS, Maxims. You know what? Now that this is here, I'm going to create a um, little playpen, a little children's area. I have vague memories of being put in daycare while my parents would go to the gym when I was a lot younger. And the one gym that keeps coming to mind, what's happening? No. Okay. The one gym that keeps coming to mind had all glass walls like this. They don't want me to win. They really don't want it to. Why not? Whatever, that'll be the entrance. I'll just close this side all the way off, right? What the hell is happening? What's going on? Let me live, please. Get rid of that wall, thank you. Unnecessarily stressful. I don't know what this means. Do I have to build like this? That kind of sucks, but I mean, if that's how I have to build, I'll make the most of it. Oh, but what I was saying anyways is any time I was in daycare at the gym while my parents were working out, it was a glassed in area like this. So I guess so the parents could just walk by and check in on their kids. But I just always remember it feeling like a bubble or something. Like it just never felt right to me. Like that just looks like an experiment room or something. I'm gonna try putting a door here and see if it works. It doesn't always, but sometimes it does. Like in the reverse. If you use a fence or something, um, how do I word this? If you use a gate without a fence, sometimes it will work. Let me do this just because. And if not, I can always just teleport the little suckers in here and then they can't get out. Let's see, can I redo the form? Yeah, sure. As I answered myself, I was just trying to make sure that there wasn't any overhang. I don't know, man. I really like the color teal. Should I do this half and half? Half teal, half purple? Or striped colors? I'm feeling the stripes. A giraffe print, maybe? How do you feel about that? I think that's super cute. For the little playpen area. I don't have much kids CC. I used to have a ton, but I don't know, like when I start to lose control over my game, I guess. I just start deleting everything. Alright, so this whole floor right here is going to be open to kids and families, which would explain why this guy is here. I figured out earlier that there's a tiny little sliver of visible little marking. So what happens is when you get CC and you move it around, or when you get an object and you move it, you don't necessarily see its footprint. This one is one of those objects, when you click on it, you don't see the footprint, but it's there. It's really tiny at the bottom right here. Look right where the mouse is. See it? And it's certain things like that you have to pay attention to, because if this were facing the wall and I pushed it all the way up against the wall, the sim wouldn't be able to use it if it was facing the wrong way. Stop adding sound effects. I was actually kind of jamming out, though. I don't ever play with toddlers, really, so what happens when you size up animals like this? This one I'm going to leave that size. But like that little guy, can they still grab it and pick it up? Since you changed the size of it? This looks so cute. What the heck? Why haven't I thought of doing like a little daycare area? Well, okay, I was going to do a whole building daycare, but I think that was way too much. Like, I bit off more than I could chew with that. Because it was just hard to finish, man. I can show y'all that if y'all want. I still have it. Like, the lot's there. I kind of want to make this just the slightest bit bigger so this fits. Let's see. E, select. Right here, and then one more. That one. Alright, so we should have a wall, maybe. Okay, well, there it is. Sometimes you have to force it to do stuff. You just gotta like do other things while it figures out its life. These are really creepy. Like, I don't know why this window's here at all. I'm just gonna do this pink again, I guess. I preferred the way this looked earlier and it's symmetrical, but I just realized I wanted that. It goes with that house. I could just as easily include it outside of the dollhouse, but I mean outside of the playpen. How are you liking the music? I'm jamming. Don't support my bad habit, LOL. I'm loving this so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. All the TVs on the wall are full. Thank you. Fast-paced world. You gotta get in and keep up. So shop when you can. Y'all are bad influence. Feed into the temptation. I'm good as Alex one day. Shit looks lit. Thank you so much. I have a lot of practice. All these simmers following me on Twitter, like I'm gonna watch them. All I do is talk shit on Twitter, leave me alone. Downloaded 300 pieces yesterday. Okay, so maybe download a little less than that this time. Make me want to get back into my game. I don't think I could ever just up and delete everything. Half of my first mod folders are out of I love this look. That's funny, ASL. My laptop is actually a trooper too. Her name is Sophie. she's a MacBook Pro with Retina display, so it can play amazing graphics on here, and I have a lot of potential, but it overheats. Do that, Shannon, let me know. I'm like literally like rubbing my computer right now. Because it does, it sucks. It starts to overheat. I really like this area right here, but I don't like how flat it looks. Not a toddler pool. Maybe we will put a toddler pool here. Like right here or something. Next to the big pool. I don't know what happened, but at some point I lost the orientation of this house, man. And it sucks. I just mean like this. Look, I can build like this. And I could build again this way and this way. It's fine. But the second I try to do this all the way across, no. Never. Why would it let me do that? It's like this isn't the right width that it should be. I don't quite think it is. You don't know what happened? I think my thing was altered. I don't like those corners. They make me feel a bad kind of way. Whatever. No one's gonna go over there. I'll just toss a plant in the corner. Go back over to here. I wish these actually functioned as tables so I didn't have to do this. But, I mean, you know, we can't complain. Watch all these bubbles be placed wrong. What color did I not use? Green? Yeah, it's green. Alright, so this might be a little bit of TMI, but the reason I keep touching my nose is because it's been really sore. Right. Let me turn the music down for a second. My nose has felt unnecessarily sore for probably going on a month now, and it scared me, honestly, half to death. I was like, is my nose like disintegrating? What's going on? I think I have a pimple like under the skin or like an ingrown hair, like a blackhead or something, because I'm just now able to feel a huge bump, and that wasn't there before. So I really do think that there's been like a blackhead or something trying to push its way out for like the past month. Because I had initially thought, like when I first noticed the pain, because it's painful like to the touch, I thought I had like slept wrong and like I socked myself or something in the nose. And so the whole time I was thinking, oh whatever, it's fine, it's just a bruise like that I can't see or something. And it still hasn't gone away. So tonight when I hop up the stream, I'm definitely gonna soak my nose with a hot like wash rag to try and help whatever the hell is in there, whatever oils seep out. So I'm usually pretty good about like washing my face and stuff. I guess just everyone gets blackheads at some point. I just need to go. I'm sorry, boo boo. I know you thought you were cute there, but so we can move it down that way. And then put a plant No workout ball here. No, it's too round. It has to be a plant. So how are you guys doing tonight? This is gonna clip into that a little bit, but it's okay. I'll deal with it. Alright, so we're gonna do one more of these treadmills. Wow, that yawn was kind of took me by surprise. Alright. I hate when it bounces back like that and you think that everything you did was for nothing. And it's like, haha, just kidding. I need to move this over like the slightest bit. Are they even? No. Those are close. So let's just move this guy up the slightest bit. And this guy. Forward to Alright, I'm gonna take a break from the stream and I guess I'll be back. I have to go do some shit. I'll be right back. Oh, Alex, sad face. Alright, Shannon. Be everywhere at once, right? It's not good. That's exactly why. I hate it when, what? I hate it when that happens. I was just gonna guess a warm compress, right. Oatmeal and put it on. I didn't think about oatmeal. I'm okay hiding from the prayer. Wells Fargo need to stop playing. Okay, Alex. Who I need to cut. Alright. I'll be right back. shake it. Shake wet. Time to party again. Oh, I love how I say I'm here and then I walk back away from the camera. No, it's because I was, ooh. I went to go change the hot compress. So I'm watching the video feed because obviously it's not really live for me. It's a little bit delayed. And it's just like my empty room, right? Like when I came back in and turned on the light. Um, anyways, I was honestly expecting something to like pop up in the background. Or for there to be like someone else sitting on my bed recording. I really do read too much creepypasta. When all your Sims are prettier than you. He's mad creepy. I came to get my brother, and this dude is weird. Whoa, that sounds scary. He's mad creepy. I came to get my brother, and this dude is weird. That sounds pretty stalkerish. That's kind of creepy. I don't blame you for wanting your brother. I can't stop feeling that thing on my nose. It's like almost soothing to touch it. Like it hurts, but it's like I know where the pain is at or where it's coming from now. Like I can pinpoint it. Like it's actually like a red blemish now. Before it was just like a phantom pain. I kid you not. And it's been happening for like at least 3 or 4 weeks. But I, for real, like I thought I had just like knocked myself out in my sleep or something. So I didn't want to go to a doctor and be like, "Hey, doc, I think I punched myself in the nose. Would you mind checking if it's fractured?" Like, how do you ask? What do you ask a doctor in that situation? So I just figured it would be fine. And lo and behold, it took almost a month for it to just like come to a head and just be done. Alright, so there's windows going into here, but I just established that this was a bathroom. So, no. Or we could mimic this shape right here and make a funky bathroom design like this. Yeah, we're gonna do that because I really like this location for the bathroom, but I really like symmetricality just a little bit more. And if there's 3 windows on that side of the door, this side, 1, 2, 3, then there needs to be 3 on this side. So this will now be like a little walk-in reading area or something. I don't know. Alright, what's happening? Is it not even deleting stuff for me anymore? I do apologize if my forehead is bleeding. While I had that hot rag on my face, I went ahead and took care of some other issues. Honestly, that's one thing that no one can ever prepare you for is acne. Like when I was a kid, I never had it. I never had to deal with it ever. My mom didn't have acne as a kid either. And I ended up getting her skin. She got adult onset acne. And of course, the second I turned 21, I started getting acne. And I mean like literally zero. Like I've had no blemishes before the age of 21. Like not one at all. Like I never woke up and was like, oh dang, there's a pimple on my forehead. I can't go to picture day today. Like I never had that complaint. And I had an awful skincare routine, which is why I'm pretty sure it caught up with me so quickly. But it sucks. It really does. So anyone who's had acne your whole life, I completely feel for you. And I've only had it for a year, less than a year. So I did kind of mention starting a secondary channel for like advice and whatnot, but I don't know. I kind of like sat down and talked about it a little bit with my parents yesterday at dinner because we went out to Father's Day dinner yesterday for my dad. So it was kind of like I had all of them together at a table and I was able to like actually talk to them about what I want to do with my YouTube career, for lack of a better word. I completely lost my train of thought. Got it. So I was talking to them about wanting to start like a advice channel, a help channel of some sort, and they kind of like try to steer me away from it. They just basically said that like I'm not a licensed therapist. I can't really be giving people advice. And I mean, it makes complete sense. Like that's why therapists go to school for 8 years, so they can learn how to talk to people. And like I don't have that schooling, so I did think about just going ahead and doing it, and they could tell that that's obviously what I was probably going to do. So they were telling me that there's ways around it. Like I could maybe answer questions and give a disclaimer after every answer or at the beginning and end of every video stating like I'm not a licensed therapist, please don't take my advice, like I'm not licensed to give advice, please feel free to contact your doctor if it's like a serious matter or whatever. But I still want to do it. Like I'm thinking because of that, it kind of shied. It didn't make me shy away from it, but it kind of veered me in a different direction. So I'm thinking I might do like taboo subjects instead of self-help. So like talk, like incorporate. Excuse me. The burps are coming, guys. I just cracked open a Sprite. So incorporate help and guidance um, in any way that I can, but don't actually give out advice, if that makes any sense. So, like, um, I could talk about my nose hurts to even move it. I could talk about people who are affected by Trump's presidency or something, and then actually maybe interview someone and then talk about how they've been affected negatively or something like that, and then I could give my say in it, I guess, but I wouldn't really be able to offer advice on how to get out of that situation. You feel me? I could still talk about it. I just can't say, oh, well, I think you should take 2 B12 vitamins a day, and that'll increase your serotonin production. Like, basically, I can't say anything technical. I can't talk like I know what I'm talking about because I'm not a doctor. I hope this is making at least somewhat sense. But I really would like to go into that. Like, I do like the idea of a channel where I get to interview people and talk to them and about them to other people. Not in a negative way, obviously. I can't stop touching my nose. It's really like it's that bad. Have you ever had, I don't want to keep talking about it, but if you've ever had a pimple or a blackhead or something that's just stuck under the skin, for me, it's been like weeks, and I can't, I'm dying here. Okay, it says heavy traffic carpet. Is that just supposed to be carpet that's been trampled all over? Because, like, I see the little filigree design. Or is this, like, pee and dirt and stuff? Like, should I be worried? Should I stray away from this? Should I be wary? I should say not worry. Oh, one of my cousins, I was telling you guys earlier about my dad's sister. Her daughter is just now learning how to drive. Like, I guess she's gonna apply for her permit next year or something. So my aunt is teaching her how to drive. That's so cute. It's funny when you see relatives grow up, like, literally before your eyes. Like, she was a toddler. Like, she was in elementary school last time I checked. Welcome back. Thank you. Just want to get my brother and leave. This lady helped me hide. Ass just like that. It's his job. I felt like the same thing on my foot. Thank goodness for the kindness of strangers. Yeah, I don't need a... What? I don't need to repeat it last time. Adult acne is the worst, right? Especially with adult acne. Even when I was pregnant, I hated it. Clean, I've never had acne. Right, I really do think it. Like, and I eat so clean, you guys. I'm a vegetarian. Like, I try not to eat. I don't eat out. Like, I really don't eat at fast food restaurants or actual restaurants for that matter. I went out yesterday, but that was the first time I've eaten out in a few weeks, honestly. I don't even know how to even get rid of them. Disclaimer is definitely a way to go. Make sure that frame your responses as an opinion, so it's not concrete advice. Oh, I didn't even think about that. I knew there was a word you could use. Opinion is a lot. Other kind of remedies, since they're hormonal, right? Half, I'm gonna be half vegetarian. Yeah, I don't know if that's exactly possible, but Try it, go for it. Like maybe eat vegetarian meals half the time. Is that what you're saying? Makes sense, Alex. Don't have to worry too much about it though, since you're not like trying to write prescriptions or anything. Right. And if you do give a supplement suggestion, make sure to say you need to speak with your doctor before taking or starting any new exercise. It's going to be great. You're gonna get in this bed soon. Sorry, it probably sounds creepy hearing me read the comments, but I get lost sometimes. Like if I try and read them all in my head, I'll get overwhelmed. So reading that out loud gives me like a visual response and an audio response at the same time. Like I'm seeing myself read the comment and then I scroll up. Like I was the same way when I was younger. Well, I still do it. Like when I read books and stuff, um, I'll like cover the part that I've read already with my hand, because then I'll just get confused. Like I think I do have like some minor form of ADHD or something, but like it's not that it's confusing. It's hard to focus on the exact chapter or like the line I'm supposed to be reading if I'm not covering the rest of the page. Hope that makes sense. Like I'm actually pretty smart. I'm proud to say that I'm fairly intelligent. I think you can be intelligent and still suffer from some type of learning disability. I don't think intelligent people are immune to that. Alright, is this sticking out of the wall? Nope. Cool. That one's too big anyways. Alright. This looks too much like a hospital waiting room or like a doctor's office room. Danny followed me on Twitter? No way, bruh. I'm gonna toss some of these in here because why not? That's enough. You're in your bed? I'm in my bed too. Get in my bed now, I'm falling asleep, right? Won't be sitting in bed for a few good hours. It's gonna be cold and that makes me sad. Oh. My eldest does that, Alex, just to cover other words or such, and she'll get lost. See, but I don't think. Because, like, my dad has ADHD. My sister has ADD. Or maybe it's. Yeah, my sister has ADD because she's not hyperactive. Um, but I was never diagnosed with anything. Like, and so that's why I'm like. For the longest time when I was younger, I used to beat myself up a lot because everyone was telling me I was intelligent, right? But then I would still struggle. Like, I would get like a C or something in a class, and I would have people like, I just say people in general because I don't want to name anyone, but like, I would have people in my family that would like not get disappointed at me, but they would know that I was capable of more. So they would like, a C to them didn't mean anything. Like, it was like, okay, well, you know you can do better, so do better. Like, you know, I don't know how to describe it. I was just grateful that I did retain as much knowledge as I did from primary school, because I basically taught my way out of high school. Like, I taught myself on the way out of high school. All of my teachers were too busy, like, trying to be friends with the students to even worry about. I'm like in the zone if y'all couldn't tell the way I'm building and talking at the same time. A lot of teachers were just too busy trying to be friends with students, and like, I've mentioned before, I graduated a year early, and I did that through online school. Like, I taught myself the subjects, I taught myself U.S. government. I taught myself economics. Um, I taught myself like a second level of Spanish. All of this was online. I did. This was my sophomore year, I think. For my sophomore/junior year, I had 2 math classes. I was taking geometry in person. I had 3 math classes, excuse me. I was taking geometry and algebra 2 in person that were right after another. So I had geometry third period, and then algebra 2 fourth period, and then I had lunch. And then I would come home, and then I had pre-cal online. Yeah, it was something else. So I know that I'm capable of a lot and that you can really stretch your mind to some stuff, but I do think there's some hindrances that I've never had fully addressed. I'm the same way too, like if I'm talking to someone in public. So I do think it's like a minor form of ADHD or something. If I'm talking to someone in public, I'll lose my train of thought pretty, not easily, but say I'm crossing the road, right, in a busy intersection and someone's telling me a story. I won't focus on the story, I'll focus on whether or not I'm going to get hit by a car. Does that make sense? So, like, I could completely tune out the story on accident just because I'm focused too much on surviving, basically. And I know that sounds pretty obvious, but, like, that's the only time I get distracted, is if there's something of bigger importance going on. Honestly, this stream is really therapeutic. So I get to, like, say stuff out loud that I've been thinking, but I don't ever say out loud. This is very dungeon-like, but, I mean, it's whatever. I'm not even gonna fret. It is a basement, so, like, what did I expect? This flooring's so pretty, but it's gotta go. I wonder what these rooms can be. Maybe just bedrooms, you think? Because I did think about making an office. Maybe this will be the office. Because, so I did say that it was the guy that owned one part and his sister owned another, but for the sake of continuity, we're gonna make the whole house owned by both of them, right? So the guy's office space is gonna be down here, and his sister's office space is gonna be her craft room. Because that looks pretty collegiate. It could pass as a what is it? It could pass as an office. It's glowing. It looks like the moon. I could have sworn, what is that? Oh. I could have sworn there was an option to make these a lot taller. Oh, well, this wall is pretty tall, and I don't really build with tall walls. So that's what it is. I'm confused about. No. We're gonna do the middle one. Get rid of this little triangle section. It's 3, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2. Alright, so this is going to be a male office space. So let's get the desk in order. This looks pretty executive. But I also want some side table action. Like that. That might work. That might do it, actually. Okay, where's my light at though? Is that it? Is it not gonna light up the room? I don't know what it is, but I love this spider web looking light, or spider legs, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's just so quirky looking. Okay, I know these lights work. Thank you. Alright, so you kind of get the idea of what kind of room this is going to be. Obviously, I did state that it was an office, but I wanted to look executive AF. So we're going to pull this guy up almost all the way to the edge. Okay, cool. Okay, so we can scoot him in a little more. This whole time I was trying to move that, and my finger was on the command button instead of the alt. It's the option button that you hold on to move furniture around. That looks really good, like that, honestly. Truly. Maybe the white one, because I know there's a gray. It's not white, it's gray. That's white. Maybe that, the gray and the white, I kind of like that. With the floors, it's not as nice looking as the chocolate wood, though. No, we gotta do the chocolate. We're gonna do that, so I can stop looking at it. I could have sworn I deleted this, first of all. And there's another computer that I downloaded, but of course it doesn't show up. It's a medical computer, like a wheeling computer. In real life it would translate to like a defibrillator machine or something like that, but it's just like a computer on a cart. I don't know where it was converted from some other game. And I love it, but it doesn't show up in my game. So either I deleted it or I need to delete it because it doesn't work. And that PC is pretty straightforward for what we got going on back here. Maybe I'll add like a little tower to it. That little guy right there. Let's see. I'll do that. Oh, I have ADHD like a mother effer, but I can read in my head. Okay, so I can read in my head. That doesn't bother me. It's actually easier for me to read things when I'm reading them in my head, but when I read them out loud, the meaning settles in more, I guess. Your bed is calling your name. All right, Shawnee, good night. Thank you for coming by. And it's a child, there's a good chance that you do too. ADHD is hereditary to a degree. I believe it too. I believe it. Okay. Alex, I do too. I freak out and cry over stuff, and then math. I had issues with that since forever. My brain like resets anything to do with math, and it's like wipe clean. I had to teach myself history and English. I feel smart, but damn, I hate it. So older and never diagnosed. We can learn to cope with it a bit over time. We have no choice, which is why we second guess if we have it or not. That's a good way to put it. With math in general, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I love math. Like I'm good at every subject. I'm good at math, I'm good at science, I'm excellent in reading and grammar, specifically, like in both English and Spanish. I have great Spanish grammar too. Um, so if anything, if I do have something, I'm like an idiot savant. Like I kid you not. Like I put that in the least offensive way possible because that could be what it is. But I really do think I'm too intelligent for my own consciousness, if that makes sense. Sometimes. I remember wars and date they happen. And good grades on in the classroom, depending on homework. That's how I am. I test really well. He's good in math, they're not good in English, vice versa. He said it's rare you find someone who's good at both subjects. I'm good at all of them, honestly. The only thing that really gave me trouble was science to a degree, but I love science. Like, so it didn't really bother me. Just chemistry when you start adding numbers and stuff. College is worse. Hate school, but I love learning. My teachers were too busy calling me dumb half my life. College is a little better for me. Oh. With one, you're used to breaking everything down. It's not like that with others. Something along the lines. Your teachers are shit for calling you dumb, right? They are shitty teachers. Exactly, i.e., why teach if you're gonna call people dumb? I kind of understand that one is more linear and the other one's more freeform subjective. Might as well just hand those degrees. I told you guys I'm ambidextrous, right? So how you're saying one side of your brain is more freeform and the other one's more linear and whatnot. I really do think I use both sides of my brains equally. Cause like honestly, like I'll be playing the game and stuff and I won't notice it um, until like a little bit later. Like I'll notice that like my right hand was getting sore or something, and so for like the past hour I've been using my left hand. And at first, like I was saying, it was something I kind of taught myself to do, but I didn't really like teach. It was like a reteaching thing. It was like, oh, you remember how to do this? Okay, good. It's actually really fascinating. I don't know. I like to believe that there's like otherworldly powers and stuff that are going on that we have no knowledge over whatsoever. So half of the time when I don't understand something, it's because I know I'm not supposed to understand it. And then if I were meant to understand it, I would know it by now. That's more so just the way that my brain works, so it's a little more comforting that way. Okay, so we're gonna do a little moment here. I should put that closer to the ground. Or not. Leave it floating. Is it one tile or two? It's two. And it's one. What the hell? Okay. Can it go over more? Alright. Enough talking to myself. um, what I'm doing here is I'm just building a little nook area, if you will, with a whole bunch of cabinets and whatnot. Okay, cool. I always think about doing this, making multiple of these cabinets. Does that look okay? Maybe put like a vase or something in the middle of there, or some books. I don't want to look at how long I've been streaming, honestly, because I get lost in this game sometimes. I mean, it's a good thing, but sometimes it can be a bad thing if I've been playing for too long. And like I said, this light can get really grating on your eyes. I really enjoy talking to you guys, especially when it's like about life issues, like actually, I don't want to say meaningful because everything we talk about is meaningful to me to some extent. But when we talk about subjects that don't normally get brought up in everyday life, I guess. Because I was treated for ADHD at one point when I was in college because I couldn't stay focused. Um, and I took Adderall, um, did nothing. I took Vyvanse for like 6 months, did absolutely nothing. They even put me on Zoloft because they thought I had like some severe form of depression that just I wasn't even aware of, or that no one else was aware of around me for that matter. And that didn't make a difference. Like the Zoloft actually made me regress more. Like I was kind of worse off when I was on Zoloft. So honestly, that's why I smoke. To be quite honest, not tobacco. Um, but yeah, sometimes herbal natural recipes prove to be much more beneficial than anything the doctor can prescribe you. And that's the truth. It's the damn truth that no one will ever tell you. I love these little boxes, but I don't use them enough. I'm gonna put some on this other side. You know what? I have IKEA shelves that those go in, dummy. That's what they're there for. I was about to just make a random pattern on the wall. I guess I shouldn't call myself a dummy. I'm not dumb. That's a pretty neat painting. Alright. Bookshelves maybe, or surfaces? I think surfaces is the best way. Yeah, I'm sorry you went through that too, ASL, of biology. We almost fought every day. Mm-hmm. You're ambidextrous ASL, that's really cool. I didn't learn about it until I was older. Like, I just recently started painting and drawing and stuff with my left hand. I'm crying real life tears. What a sensei. So mad at him for that. Like, my boots have to do with turning pennies into nickels. What? I do remember it was half the time my teacher was a drunk Oompa Loompa and laughed at me for wearing sparkly hooker boots. Get out, Jen, get out. You probably were wearing sparkly hooker boots. I'm sure they were cute. I'm sure they caught your teacher by surprise. He would give me a beer. I'll tell the principal he's too busy drinking and thinking about underage hookers to teach. Shannon, no. Terrible, Shannon. Terrible. When Try drug me up, I did nothing. I was a zombie, so my mom took me off. Now I'm just a wild heathen who has to make herself focus. Exactly, ASL. I'm the type of person who enjoys doing nothing naturally. So you can imagine how I was when I was on prescription. Brother, did you spray outside? No, I didn't. Alright, I do apologize. I'm gonna have to walk away from the stream again. But this will be the last time that I do walk away. The dogs want to go out. I don't want to let them go out there. It's rude. It's because, the reason that I'm checking my text. Um, we normally don't have a flea problem, but as of lately, my dogs have been scratching a lot, and it's really shitty. I hate seeing my dogs in pain. And my dog was actually scratching. He was actually scratching his butt, like his tail area, a lot. And so I was like, okay, well maybe he just has an itchy butt. Like, I mean, that's not abnormal. And it turns out that he actually ended up having like a flea or something down there. And so I felt so bad. I felt like a terrible owner. 'Cause I didn't even think twice, like, to check him for fleas. That wasn't even in my thought process. I was just like, oh, whatever. He's just an active dog. He's outside all the time. Of course, he's gonna be itchy. But yeah, I forgot to do that. I keep forgetting to. I don't have a bad memory. I push things aside a lot to the last second. So much so that there's other stuff that ends up building up, and it's not a good thing. I'm gonna try and make these like as masculine as possible. Um, I think I can change this too. But there's a dark wood. Sure, go with that. Now I probably have to change these. Those will be them. I did say I have to step away from the computer, but I will be getting up here shortly. And I will come back as soon as I can. I hate leaving the stream like that. Like, ideally, I would stop the stream if I knew I was going to get up, but I don't want to stop the stream. I'm going to leave these corners open or something. They kind of look like mailboxes. Alright. So, okay. So, let's recolor this guy to be black. All the four-legged poops are in. Oh, the dogs. So it's like four-legged poops. What the hell does that mean? Turn this one blue, and this one can be black. Alright, cool, I like that. It looks pretty official. I like that there's a gap in between there too. Normally I don't care for leaving gaps and stuff like that, but lately I've been doing that a lot more. I'm just gonna find, not find something like this that I can store in there. And one more thing on the other side, and then I'm going to take my little break. We'll do a sugar skull. Why not? He's too scary looking. This guy. There we go. Alright, it's coming along, guys. I really like the way this room's coming out. I'm just gonna save this, check the chat, and then I'm going to go spray that flea medicine, and I'll be right back. See, medication worked wonders for me. I put him in an Adderall too, but that was after she leveled up my treatment for the whole other bones. Okay, punks of teachers for a good grade. I mean, yeah, I wasn't. You said you weren't wearing? I was wearing sparkly Hooker boots, but that wasn't the point. Food burning, no. Now for money sharing, get some new toys in there. Alright, I'll be right back. Literally in like 5 minutes. Let's pray my computer doesn't overheat. Actually, just because I said that, I kind of psyched myself out. So I'm actually gonna get out of the game and I'm gonna stop the stream. But I'll be back. I just saved the stream and I don't know. Like I said, my computer starts to overheat.